My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is June 5th, 2026. It is 3:42 a.m. This 3:42 a.m. This is my third video. Alright, so this one is gonna focus about little politics that's going on globally. Alright, so let's go on X. This is the first tweet. Hunter Biden is out of F, and I'm here for it. So Hunter Biden had tweeted something. There's this here. So let me get this straight. Jake Tapper is focused on attacking my mom. Jared and Ivanka are building a private island paradise in Albania protected land. Don Jr. married the daughter of Epstein's banker, and a startup his fund backs just got a record $620 million Pentagon loan. Eric is taking an Israel drone company public for $1.5 billion in the middle of a war with Iran that nobody wanted. And I know, quote, but what about your paintings, Hunter? Please. All right. So if I'm not mistaken, the reason Hunter Biden wrote that particular tweet is because Jeb Taper criticizing Jill Biden, who is Hunter Biden's stepmom, about the book that she wrote. So I think it has to do with about Joe Biden's physical and mental fitness during the 2024 campaign. So Hunter Biden is telling Jay Tapper, after all this corruption that's going on in the government right now, and you're focusing on what my mom says in a book, pretty much that's what this boils down to, okay? So again, distraction. But yet, they're focusing on Biden's son. All right, so this is the thing he's talking about Albania, that they sold protected land to Israel. So once the people find out, they went to, I don't know if it's a prime minister, whoever made the deal happen, they're going after. I'm just going to go over it. All right, they're burning his house down. Okay, it's everywhere. All right, so there's that. Let me go to my next tweet. You know what? Since I'm talking about Albania, I have several other tweets that making reference to Albania. So let me rearrange some of the tweets here, because there's a lot of protests and things that's going on. Okay, so there's protests going on. The situation is completely getting out of control. Albania is erupting for the second consecutive day in angry mass protests against the Kushner and the Kushner land seizure deal worth $4 billion. The Albanian people refuse to become a new Palestine. Thank you. That's exactly that will happen. They will settle and then build their things to kill the people and take the entire land. Okay? I've said this before. What happened to Palestine is an example of what to come everywhere else. What is it? It's already happening. What country in South America? Nachos country. Argentina. All right, so there's the video here, 23 seconds. Massive protest. Okay, so there's a music. I don't want to get flagged for it. I just want to show you the people out there. All right. It's like they're trying to do that thing globally. All right, so massive protest is starting over. All right. Oh, what the hell? It's a... Okay, I didn't expect all of this. Albania breaking. This will completely destroy us. 1,000 protests. Jared Kushner, $1.6 billion resort in Albania. Where did they get that money from? Is it the American money that's doing that? Oh my God. So this one is a... I'm not going to read all of this. Okay, you could pause and read. Pause and read. Too much. There's a 5-minute video here. Let me see.
Thousands of Albanians took to the streets of Tirana on Tuesday night, June 2nd, to protest against a major luxury resort development linked to Jared Kushner on a pristine and ecologically sensitive stretch of the Adriatic coastline. The €1.4 billion project, led by Kushner's investment firm Affinity Partners in partnership with Sazan Real Estate Development LLC, envisions a large-scale resort on an island and an undeveloped coastal area near the Vjosa Nata protected landscape. The wetland region is home to significant biodiversity, including flamingos, seals, and sea turtle nesting sites. Environmental groups and local residents strongly oppose the development, warning that it would destroy several hundred hectares of pristine beaches and fragile ecosystems. Protests intensified after developers erected large barbed wire fences at the site in Zvernek near Vlora. Clashes between demonstrators and private security guards occurred on Saturday, resulting in several injuries. Jone Vorpsi, an ecologist with PPNEA BirdLife Albania, stated,
"We can see that we don't talk anymore about how this project will affect the site, because here are planned big buildings, big residential houses, and we are talking for a new city. So in this stretch of kilometers of land, of wildlife habitat, we plan to build a new city. It's declared 10,000 rooms, and what we hear now it's even more. So there we won't have any more the protected area. The delta of Vjosa is completely being destroyed."
Albanian Prime Minister Edi Rama has firmly defended the project.
There is no chance that this investment will stop as long as I am here. And in the meantime, I am absolutely open, as I have been on other occasions, to discussing it with anyone who has concerns.
I guess that was his house that was burned down. He probably the one who made the deal happen. Well, there he is. He's saying he's gonna make it happen.
Asha Abasera, chairman of Sazan Real Estate Development LLC, said the developers are committed to responsible stewardship, environmental enhancement, job creation, and long-term value for local communities. The project forms part of Kushner's broader international investment strategy.
That's what they always say when they're starting a new project, job creation, and all of that. But no, they have their own people. They do not want other people around them. Look what they did to Palestine.
A similar plan in Belgrade, Serbia, was abandoned last year following strong public protests. Environmentalists argue that the Albanian development threatens one of the country's most important natural habitats. According to conservation data, the Vjosa Nata Delta serves as a critical stopover for thousands of flamingos and other migratory species. This controversy highlights growing tensions in Albania between economic development ambitions and environmental protection, particularly in ecologically sensitive coastal zones. We will continue to monitor the situation, including any further protests or official responses, and provide updates on this high-profile investment dispute.
I remember when the thing with Palestine started. Remember, if you've been watching some of my videos, when I said I saw when everything started. I mean, it started way before in 1940, whatever. But what led to how they completely destroy Palestine right now is people who dress in black like this. Okay, going around squares where many young Palestinians were just hanging out on their phone, just being teenagers. They were pushing, instigating people in black in that same uniform, okay, same color, to have a reaction from those Palestinians. There was none. They go inside their storefront, destroy their stores and their inventories and stuff like that. They wear that same kind of dress, outfit, color, and then they will cover their faces. Some of them don't even care. They just go, yeah. So whenever they come around your area, it's put a stop to it. Whatever Albania is doing right now, other countries better be prepared, because these people, they want to take over the world. my goodness. Those people, they protect their land, they keep it, you know, natural. And these people come around and they see a land thinking that the people don't care about it, and they come and build their massive things and disrespect the land. Unbelievable. Oh, what happened? Is there any sound? Yeah, the sound is on. Maybe they done. Look at this. Already messing. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. They're showing what they're doing here. It's right here in the middle. Creating wood. Already messing up the earth. Earth meaning the ground. Oh my God. They're already messing it up. They already put they barricade the area. They see nice places. People will walk and go enjoy the waterfront and things like that, and they come and destroy it. Oh my God. Every time I see things like this, I'm thinking of that thumbnails that I have where the sky is completely, look at all the birds. When the thumbnails that I did all gray, and then we have a small window of opportunity. Wow. Everywhere they go is destroyed. Baggage for God. I'm glad these people are standing up. This is our Albania.
Anger on Albania's Adriatic coast after developers erected barbed wire fences at the site of a proposed luxury resort linked to the US president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner.
We are here today because we want to go to our lands.
Protests have also been held in the capital Tirana, where demonstrators marched under the slogan, "Albania is not for sale." Critics accuse the government of opening protected coastal areas to large-scale development projects. Specifically this one, worth $1.6 billion, led by Kushner's investment firm Affinity Partners. It would see Sazan Island and part of the nearby reserve transformed into a tourism destination. Developers say they will progress responsibly, but environmental groups argue it threatens one of Albania's most sensitive ecosystems.
In this stretch of kilometers of land, of wildlife habitat, plan to build a new city. It's declared 10,000 rooms, and what we hear now it's even more. So there we won't have any more the protected area. The delta of Vjosa is completely being destroyed.
Critics say comments by Ivanka Trump have fueled their anger. In an interview on social media, she said she and her husband discovered the island.
We were on a friend's boat and we stopped for a swim. Effectively, that's how we found it. We swam to the island. We went on a hike, barefoot all the way up to the top, and we were just captivated.
Kushner announced plans to build the resort in 2024 as part of a wider regional investment that included a former army headquarters in Belgrade. Last year, he dropped the Serbia project following protests against it. But Albania's Prime Minister insists the project will go ahead despite public anger.
There is no chance that this investment will stop as long as I am here, and in the meantime, I am absolutely open, as I have been on other occasions, to discussing it with anyone who has concerns.
Protesters have rejected calls for talks with the government, saying more demonstrations are now planned. Cara Legg, Al Jazeera.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, so there's a lot sharing. All right, let me go to the next tweet. And some of those videos are repetitive. All right, let me pause this. Okay, Jed and Ivanka not winning any popularity contest in Albania. Have fun spending billions to get some peaceful R&R over there. Alright, so let's listen to this.
Dhe fillimisht ne protestojmë për ndërhyrjen që është bërë, pra nuk flasim më për natyrë që të mbetet aty, por një qytet të ri.
Alright, it's playing over. It's playing over. Alright, let me pause it. You could read. Unbelievable. I mean, these people, they don't like peace at all. I don't know. Next tweet. Alright, so there's this here. Alright, Albania versus Israel descends into chaos. Israel players was hit by flying sneakers thrown from furious Albanian fans. The entire match was drawn into non-stop booing, making it nearby impossible to play. The whole world hates them now. Alright, so let's see. It's like they're giving more reason for people to hate them. You could pause and read. Careful, those shoes will end up in the museum for a football holocaust. That's the laugh here. Makes zero sense to take it out on athletes who train their whole life to reach the top. Sometimes you have to, I don't know. I'm not encouraging this, but people have tried peaceful protests. They've tried all sort of things, so they're showing their disagreement. All right, next tweet. Now, this is completely different topic here regarding.
Did you have the second question, sir?
This is about New York. How many videos? Only 2. Okay. Epic. Mayor Zohran Mamdani brilliantly destroyed a political rival for refusing to meet with Donald Trump. He explicitly states he will absolutely meet with the president if it means securing the release of New York unjustly detained by ICE, a massive leadership moment. All right, so.
Did you have this?
That's what he's trying to do. Lock up people, only leave his people when it's time to go vote. Okay? The goal here is to have less people be in the voting booth. All right? So they go in certain areas. It's not everywhere ICE is. It's areas where he knows his people will lose. So he's sending his people, those ICE agents, to go create chaos, to have a reason to arrest these people, instigate, and then when the people react, they arrest them, and then guess what? That particular person will not be in the voting booth. If you've been listening to some of my videos way before his second term, and I told you when he was trying to get MS-13 and all of that, and I said it's to remove those gang people in the neighborhood, so when his people, the ICE agent, go to those neighborhoods, they're not gonna have those gang people to fight them. All right, so he did his thing systematically, step by step. So now you have all the weaker people there to fight them. Look at this, they already killed 2 people already. All right, so let's listen to him.
Did you have the second question, sir?
Actually, yes. Last night, 2 candidates in the race for New York's 7th congressional district said that unlike you, they wouldn't meet with President Trump. And one candidate said, neither you nor Trump are kings of this city. What is your response?
I'll leave it to the borough president to explain why he would prefer a New Yorker continue to be unjustly detained by ICE than I meet with the president in the Oval Office to secure their release.
Thank you, Samantha. We're going to go to NJ from ABC.
I think that was it. Oh, it's continuing.
Yes, hi, good morning, sir. I'm sorry, over here.
Right, yes.
Would the...
I couldn't see you because
I'm sorry.
Snake's hat is
so
drawing some of the attention.
It's not gonna finish. It's 48 seconds here. What's this one here? 1 minute and 10 seconds. Report: New York City Emergency Management Commissioner Christina Farrell issued a critical warning. She confirmed extreme heat kills more people in the city than any other hazard. She urges all citizens immediately prepare a go bag for sudden power. As a matter of fact, yeah, it's starting to get very hot. So that's a different topic. All right, so you could pause and read this. Let me go to my last one. There were more. I move it to video 1. There were some other tweets that I wanted to share with you, but they already in video 1. All right, make Israel great again. MIGA/UFC. Okay, this one is slightly long. It's 4 minutes and 23 seconds.
I am at a loss of words, but not because of what Donald Trump has been doing lately. The current UFC champion of the world, the current middleweight champion, Sean Strickland, got a phone call from someone up in the echelons of the UFC saying he cannot go to the next event that Trump is putting on in Washington at the White House. The current UFC champion, Sean Strickland. Why? Because of his criticisms of a small little group of people that we're not supposed to be talking about, named Israel. Here's Sean.
At this point, I don't know when people gonna get it, because they are attacking every fabric of this country. What makes the country what it is? They're attacking it every single... People who probably didn't care. Let's say there are people in UFC who didn't care about the politics of Trump, but they care about the fight itself, but they're attacking it. People who probably about music, they attack it. All right, I'm gonna put that video again regarding that Scott Pelley who did the commencement speech. After I share this, I'm gonna put it again, because it seems like we are at the brink where they're trying to take away our freedom. It is right now. Our generation, my generation right now, if we don't do anything about that, our kids, great-grandkids, it's over for them. All right? So let's continue. Because it's globally. It's going globally. Look at this. I just show you Albania is dealing with Israel as well.
On sarcastically telling the story of what happened.
Well, you guys, I'm not surprised, but I got the call. I got the call. The UFC higher-ups called me, big names. They said, Sean, I gotta apologize, but you're not Israeli enough to go to UFC 250 Israel edition. The White House didn't clear you. And I'm not really surprised, I'm not really surprised. So, I think moving forward, I would like to just apologize to Israel. I'd like to say I'm sorry, I'd like to apologize to Trump, and I just want to prove that I'm Israeli enough for you guys. Like, for instance, whenever the list disappeared and Trump goes out there and says to everybody that he can't really go into it because people that by association will get prosecuted and their names will be tarnished. I want to apologize because I don't want them to be prosecuted. Or when Trump goes and bombs the fuck out of Iran that no Americans agree with, they cost Americans $5,000 to $15,000 to go fight Israel's war. I want to apologize. Sorry, I've been a critic of that. My allegiance was apparently in the wrong place, and I just want to apologize. Or when Trump goes out there and says, "Hey, Trump, your approval ratings are the lowest it's ever been across all demographics," and Trump says, "Well, you know what? I have a 99% approval rate in Israel. I want to apologize, and I want to repent, Apparently, I'm not American enough to go to Freedom 250, but I still got my ticket, so maybe we'll just go. I'll bring the belt, and we'll just stand outside the gate, and we'll just let them know what we really think about Trump and Israel,
It's a good thing he has friends like Jake Shields and Bryce Mitchell who are also awake and speaking out with the influence that they have.
Did you see that Sean Strickland got banned from the White House for talking about Israel?
I'm not surprised at all.
freedom of speech is what really makes this country great. And when you can't criticize a foreign nation, come on, man, we ought.
But yet they're coming here. Israel is coming in the United States, telling which group of American people who is that threatened to them. Okay.
Video of the Israeli government holding a private convention here in the United States. One of the people in attendance at this secret meeting was Judith Varnai Shorer. She's a former Israeli consul general who was operating out of Atlanta. She was one of the main people saying that the biggest problem that they had was young black people in the United States. But don't worry, they've got some black leaders on the payroll.
The major problem of Israel is with the young generation of the black community.
This was an Israeli government official who was saying this, not some low-level operative or some rogue member of their diplomatic corps. This was a senior member of their administrative government who was saying this on American soil. Their biggest problem wasn't Hamas or Hezbollah or the Palestinian Authority or Syria or even Iran. She said that Israel's biggest problem was young black people in the United States.
So they are attacking every fabric of our system. So I'm glad these people are feeling it now. I hope they're seeing it.
To be able to criticize our own nation, let alone a foreign nation. In fact, that's the only nation you're not allowed to criticize. Something's going to change because evil empires don't last forever. There's always a rebellion.
What are your thoughts on the UFC White House just in general? Like,
I do want to be on the card.
You do want to be on the card?
I do. And this is what I got to say. First off, I ain't jealous of any of those fighters. I'm so happy for those fighters. If they need me to fill in, if I'm healthy, hey, I'll do it. For the UFC, I think it's great. It's beyond great. It's literally the perfect scenario. But what I think personally is that our government is desecrating its role in society by entertaining sports. Our government is to protect and serve the people, and really should be as minimal as possible. When you're doing all of this stuff, hosting sporting events, it's really outside of what the goal of the government was intended to be, because our tax dollars and resources are funding this operation. And like I said, I'm not criticizing the UFC. I love Dana, I love Hunter, I love Sean, Mick, I love all of them. But the government...
But the thing is that they're feeding the type of government to continue the nonsense. Let's continue.
Should never be hosting sporting events.
Thank you.
Because there's more room for corruption, and we already have a corrupted government. The government is supposed to protect us.
Good job, Trump. Make Israel great again, Trump. You two right here should be ashamed of yourselves, and we will never forget what you did.
All right, so that's that. Okay, you could pause and read this. There's all of that. That is it.
But in this moment, this morning, our sacred rule of law is under attack. Journalism is under attack. Universities are under attack. Freedom of speech is under attack. And insidious fear is reaching through our schools, our businesses, our homes, and into our private thoughts. The fear to speak in America. Power can rewrite history with grotesque, false narratives. They can make criminals heroes and heroes criminals. Power can change the definition of the words we use to describe reality. Diversity is now described as illegal. Equity is to be shunned. Inclusion is a dirty word. This is an old playbook, my friends.
They just fired him.
Scott Pelley, one of the best journalists of his time, a staple of Sunday night on 60 Minutes, fired by Barry Weiss. Why? Because he had the courage to be a journalist, to call for accountability with the President of the United States, to call out his own network, a network that doesn't exist anymore. 60 Minutes is no longer because of Barry Weiss. CBS is no longer because of Barry Weiss and, of course, Larry Ellison and Donald Trump. This has been the takeover of one of the gems of journalism, and Scott Pelley just had to pay for it because he had the courage to speak out. But it all began last year when Scott Pelley had the courage to call for the continuation of journalism and call out the President of the United States. This is where I want to start before we get to the firing news. This is a sad night for journalism.
Okay, the last prayer that I did on my last video was prayer for healing. Let's do prayer for sight, okay? Because people need to see what's going on. Oops. I remember when I used to do prayers at the beginning of my videos earlier on my days, couple years ago, and I used to do prayer for let the blind see or something like that. So this is something like that. All right, let's do this one. Bright the vision that lighten. The reason I'm doing this is because of this image here. I have a video that I did after the 2024 election. I think it's for my members only. After I accept the result of the election, because it really got me depressed once I saw the result of it. Then I was like, the US is done. It's done. And I saw that image of that triangle with the eye. I think it's usually on the $1 bill, upside down, like it's going straight down, dividing the pyramid. And I sort of did a picture of it. All right, so this is the prayer. Bright the vision that delighted once the sight of Judah see. Is it see or seen? Okay. It's very small. I'll enlarge it when I'm editing. Bright the vision that delighted once the sight of Judah's seer. Sweet the countless tongues, united the entrance, the prophet's ear. Round the lords and glory seated. All right, this is very small. It's clear but small. I'm struggling to see it. So let's do this one. If you could see it, there it is. Let's do this one. Prayer for healing eyes. Lord, I come before you with a humble heart, seeking your healing. Touch upon my eyes. I am in need of your divine intervention, for only you have the power to restore sight and bring healing to this precious gift you have given me. Please remove any pain, discomfort, or disease that may afflict my eyes and grant me clarity of vision. In your mercy, I ask for your healing grace to flow through me, bringing restoration and wholeness. Amen. Okay, so I think this is good. So that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that's it. I have a lot to edit before morning. It's 4:12 right now. Thanks for watching.
Ivanka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
We ask for forgiveness and please come back.